Good morning, everybody. We've got a nice herd of elk finding some breakfast amongst the new snow that fell this morning. Woke up to about 3 inches of snow. It's kind of surprised by that, but yeah, nice little herd of elk right there. But I'm out for a nice, easy, long run, and what we're going to talk about today is mastering the art of the nice, easy, long run. So I'm just headed along Henry's Road. Absolutely nobody around, with the fresh snow and some sun. So perfect morning. All right, I'm along the Snake. I've got to find a good spot to sit down. So here's the Snake River. The headwaters of the Snake is further north at Jackson Lake and runs south through Snake River Canyon. And I'm out running Henry's Road that parallels the Snake River. So I'm out just enjoying nature, hearing all the geese honk, and there's absolutely nobody out other than the sun. And this is a dead end road which brings no traffic. Basically, there's a few people that live here, but being a dead end road, kind of a frontage road, there's really no cars, no people, and a fresh dose of snow. So so perfect for a nice long 2-hour run. And that's what we're going to talk about: the art of the easy long run. This is the easy long run. And many of you have dogs, and many of you have dogs that you run with. And have you ever wondered why you can go for a 20-mile trail run with your dog, wake up the next morning, your legs are trashed, but the dog's ready to do it all over again and again and again and again? He or she's not tired. Or you look at the Iditarod sled dogs. Why is it that they can run double and triple digit miles day after day for weeks without getting tired, and relying on mainly fat as their fuel? Why is that? Because dogs, how they're different from humans, they are much more efficient processing oxygen. And what that means is they have, in untrained dogs, they have double the amount of mitochondria in their muscle cells that we as humans do. In trained dogs, the Iditarod dogs have triple the amount of mitochondria in their cells. So what are mitochondria? Mitochondria are our powerhouse within the cell muscles that provide energy. They take in oxygen and they emit energy. And so we want to become as efficient as possible processing oxygen, just like your dog. Also, what's different between humans and canines? Humans kind of the elites of the elite endurance runners, cyclists, any endurance athlete, kind of their VO2 max is about in the high 80s. Some have been a little bit over 90, where dogs, again, are twice that. So again, they're very, very efficient utilizing oxygen, and therefore that's why they can run at a high level, high intensity without fatiguing. They're burning fat as fuel and not dipping into our carbohydrate stores, which is what we as humans will do. The faster we run, or the more inefficient that we are, the more we'll burn up our carbohydrates and hit the wall and have to replenish or stop and rest. And that's why we need that day off after that 20-mile trail run, whereas the dog's ready to roll again. So again, they're much more efficient utilizing energy and utilizing oxygen. Okay, so that's where the long, easy run becomes so important for us runners. Okay, we want to use this to create more mitochondria and to create more density within our mitochondria. And what is that going to do for us? That's going to allow us to process oxygen much more efficiently and utilize fuel much more efficiently. Okay, so in doing that, we have to keep the effort easy. The higher our effort goes, the more we start tapping into carbohydrate stores, and the more we're starting to get diminishing returns and more inefficient we become. And so during our long, easy run, we want to do just the opposite. We want to run really easy, so we're burning fat for fuel, and we're training our body to utilize oxygen much, much better, creating more and more mitochondria, which goes into becoming more like a dog. Okay, so that's where it's crucial when you're out in your long run to keep it nice and easy. Now, there's other times to do marathon paced runs and other times where we're going to kick up the intensity during your long run. But the majority of long runs should be easy, so we're creating this efficiency to maximize our potential as humans and get as close to a canine as possible. Okay, we want more mitochondria. More is better, and the more dense they are, the better. Okay, and the long, easy run will achieve that. You look at the Native American runners, the Southwest, where they were messengers, and they would transport messages on foot running for days in between villages. Okay, and so they're running very fast, but they don't have aid stations along the way to utilize and increase their fuel. They can't carry enough, so they have to train their body to utilize fat as fuel to allow them to go those distances at a relatively fast clip without needing a whole lot of fuel. And that's what we can do, whether you're a marathoner, whether you're an ultra marathoner, and even if you're a 5K or 10K. Okay, that's why elite runners, regardless of their distance that they're training for, train at a very high volume throughout the week, is they want this adaptation. So even if you're a middle distance runner, doing long, easy runs is very beneficial for this purpose, and having a high volume week is very beneficial. Okay, so getting back to the Native American runners, again, we want to create efficiency in burning fat as fuel. Okay, fat is good for endurance, but it's not very efficient processing oxygen. Okay, carbohydrates is much more efficient, but we want to train our body to become more and more efficient using fat, and maybe more importantly, we want to be able to go longer and longer and longer without dipping into our carbohydrate stores. Okay, and that's the key, and that's what the long, easy run will do for you. Okay, I'm out, like I said, 2 hours, and nice and easy. So for my athletes, they always see the zone 2 and zone 3 long runs. Okay, I use heart rate for this type of run. Heart rate only, because it's a physiological adaptation we're looking for, a physiological response. I test them at their VO2 max, and I take about 60 to 70% of that is their easy long run heart rate. If you go more by lactate threshold, it's going to be about 75% of your lactate threshold heart rate. Okay, so again, it's got to be really, really strict. I'm on a rolling course here, and I'll back off going uphill. so I don't spike my heart rate. I don't go above my fat burning zone, okay? And that's what's really crucial during this time. We're creating efficiency with burning our fat for fuel. Another thing I did today, and what I do on my long, easy runs, is I fast. Okay, my last meal was about 6:30 last night, and I started my run at 10 a.m. the next day. Okay, so I'm doing this whole 2-hour run fasted, and I'm not taking any fuel in while I'm running. Okay, so I've become really efficient burning fat as fuel, so I'm able to do this. My body's not asking for fuel because it has all the fat it needs for fuel. So I'm very efficient burning this fat as fuel, okay? Because I've done this type of training for a very, very long time. So if you're starting your season and you're looking to increase your long run, and you're doing kind of the every week a little bit at a time and stair step in your long run, you can do that with your fasting, okay? Start with an hour. Go no fuel, and just as you increase your long run throughout the weeks, you're training your body to become more and more reliant on fat as fuel, and will not need the carbohydrate type of fuel that maybe we've been conditioned to think we need during long, easy runs. Long, hard runs, long races, completely different story. So we're only talking about long and easy right now. Okay, so play around with fasting during your run. Okay, we don't need to suck down those gels during fast runs, but you can condition your body to not need that. Okay, and that's the key. That's the key with this whole creating efficiency within our body. Okay, be like a dog, your best friend, right? All right, so sun's out. I'm actually overdressed. So yesterday I maybe underdressed, and today I overdressed because it snowed and it's really warm out now and things are gonna melt. So I'm gonna continue on, enjoy my time around the Snake. And as always, the shoe choice of the day, I've got my Ultra Escalante road shoes, a little muddy from a little trail. Again, these are my nice, easy run choice for the day and most of my easy runs. So, all right, I'm gonna hit it and have a great day. Stay healthy, and thanks for coming. And again, I want to appreciate everybody who's starting to really comment on the videos. You don't know how much it helps to hear how much you're enjoying them. It really motivates me to keep rolling. So thank you, and we'll see you. Mitochondria is like our snow. The reason we get so much snow over the winter, it never gets warm enough for it to melt. And it just keeps layering up. And that's like fat burning. Our winter is our fat burning. The low temperatures, we're burning fat, okay? It doesn't warm up for it to melt. So we keep accumulating snow, just like burning fat, we accumulate mitochondria. When it starts getting warm in the spring, our snow melts very quickly, okay? So that warmer temperature is like running faster, okay? You start burning more carbohydrates, okay? So similar concept. Keep your body cool during your long runs. For you ultramarathoners, you look at the Tarahumara Indians. Their long, easy run is hiking because their terrain is so steep. They have to hike the hills to keep the level of exertion low for them to cover the distance they are that day. They might trek 30 miles from one village to the next, okay? And so to keep the level of effort low, to be able to do that efficiently, it's hiking. Not unlike long ultra marathon training run where most of it might be hiking uphill, running downhill. Is burning fat for fuel or burning carbohydrate for fuel is not like just a flip of a switch. It's not one or the other. It's always a blend. It's always a percentage of each based on your intensity. So think about it as not the light switch in your house that's just a one flip up to turn the light on, but the dimmer switch. Either the round dial or the slow lever that goes up. As you move that lever up, the light gets brighter and brighter and brighter. That's like as your intensity gets higher and higher, your light gets brighter and brighter and you're burning more carbohydrates for fuel. Whereas if you put it back down, it slowly starts to dim, and down where the light is not so bright, that's your fat burning. And one of the best parts of making your long run nice and easy is there's no pressure. You can be out and enjoy You can stop and do a video, you can stop and smell the flowers, you can stop and listen to nature. There's no pressure. And what that does is it eases the mind and allows you to get up for harder efforts throughout the week. And that's crucial, where everything is not just so hard and that starts to wear on you. Okay? And so making it nice and easy and enjoyable, not hard and intense, allows you to get up for and give a really big bang for your buck on the hard workouts, which are very important. This is not the MOF formula where everything is easy. Hard levels of effort throughout the week are very important, and we'll get into that in another video. But the point being is that this eases the mind. There's no pressure. You're just out enjoying, and it again allows you to kind of get up for those times that will require a lot harder effort, and you're not beating down the mind and you know, kind of getting a little burnout with having too much intensity. Okay, another thing is that this long, nice, easy run doesn't necessarily wear me out. So now I'm able to put those harder efforts in that are just as important throughout the week, and I'm not needing a lot of recovery from my long run. Okay, key point. So especially ultra marathoning.